Good morning, my name is Giles and I'm a second year ordinand at St. Mellitus North West. Today's reading comes from Genesis chapter 22, verses 1 to 18. After these things, God tested Abraham. He said to him, Abraham, and he said, Here I am. He said, Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains that I shall show you. So Abraham rose early in the morning, saddled his donkey, and took two of his young men with him, and his son Isaac. He cut the wood for the burnt offering, and set out and went down to the place in the distance that God had shown him. On the third day, Abraham looked up and saw the place far away. Then Abraham said to his young men, Stay here with the donkey, the boy and I will go over there. We will worship, and then we'll come back to you. Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on his son Isaac, and he himself carried the fire and the knife. So the two of them walked on together. Isaac said to his father Abraham, Father, and he said, Here I am, my son. He said, The fire and the wood are here, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? Abraham said, God himself will provide the lamb for a burnt offering, my son. So the two of them walked on together. When they came to the place that God had shown him, Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order. He bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Then Abraham reached out his hand and took the knife to kill his son. But the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. He said, Do not lay your hand on your boy or do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, since you've not withheld your only son from me. And Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught in a thicket by its thorns. Abraham went and took the ram and offered it up as a burnt offering instead of his son. So Abraham called that place, The Lord will provide. As it is to this day, on the mount of the Lord it shall be provided. The angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven, and said, By myself I have sworn, says the Lord, because you have done this, and not withheld your son, your only son. I will indeed bless you, and I'll make your offspring as numerous as the stars of heaven, and as the sand that is on the seashore. And your offspring shall possess the gate of their enemies, and by your offspring shall all the nations of the earth gain blessing for themselves, because you have obeyed my voice. This passage is very powerful and very challenging in so many ways. There are many questions that arise from this, such as why did God test Abraham in this way? I want to focus on the fact that God didn't let Abraham go through with the test. He provided for him. He provided him with a ram. Today, Good Friday, we come to the cross to give thanks that God has provided for us, that God did choose to sacrifice his only son. Just like the ram was given as a sacrifice instead of Isaac, Jesus takes our place upon that cross. So today, let us come afresh to the cross to give thanks and remember what God has done for us.